So Edwin, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on one, just an amazing transformation. I mean, that was awesome. But I mean, I'm telling your story to people, and I find myself having to say, no, it's not just a transformation. The dude deserved to be up there. Like he would have won most of the other shows I've seen, as far as physique. I mean, because you looked great, and
Thank you.
I know pictures don't tell everything, but give us a little bit. I mean, how do you feel? And
I feel good. I was extremely nervous, but I think that week of in Vegas going to Olympia and seeing everything kind of just settled my nerves. But it was 2 minutes before they called your number to walk on stage. My legs were just shaking, but overall, it was an amazing experience. I'm definitely not stopping there. So,
Remind those of our fans who have not heard your story before today. Give us just a really quick overview of where you started and where you are now.
Beginning of December 2011, I was weighing 315. By October 5th, actually, of 2012, I was down to about 170. And then I set a goal on that October 5th to compete, and I competed at 155.
155?
Yeah.
Man, I think I was almost that much when I was pregnant.
So, Edwin, where do you hide the other you? You have an evil twin.
That's what everybody says. You've lost the whole I've like divided myself in two and lost the whole person. So.
Man, okay, so, I mean, there's obviously a lot to cover with this. You were nervous. How long did you do the prep for stage competition?
I buckled down about 6 weeks into it, like just got mentally ready, and I knew I was going to go out of town that weekend before, so I had to really get dedicated and stick to everything. And I took all my food with me to Vegas and kept everything ready to go. And if I didn't have something, I quickly found where I could buy my broccoli and chicken and stuff when I ran out. So I had to keep dedicated and go work out there and still do all the cool events and stuff. But as soon as I got back, it was game on for that week.
So you just touched on it, and I apologize, Edwin. I'm going to go back and forth a lot because there's so many points to your story that I think that people need to hear. You've been on the other side of it. So you've been, when people will try to say to you, oh, you have no idea what it's like. There you go. You have no idea what I go through. I'm overweight. You have no idea. It's easy for you, or you're photoshopped, whatever they say. So you've been on the other side of it. And you just made a very good point how, you were out of town and you're prepping for a show, or even if you weren't, that when you go out of town, there's no excuse. You have to, like you just said, I got to find my chicken. I got to find my broccoli. I gotta bring my food with me, and it really doesn't matter. Wherever you go, there's chicken and broccoli somewhere.
There it is, yes.
Somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Like I was the one on the airplane that opened up my tilapia and broccoli, and everybody was like, "What's that smell?" But I had it. It was time for me to eat, so I'm gonna eat.
It's me.
That's so awesome. I love to watch people's face when he pops
Because
the
the worst smell was probably room temperature tilapia with some room temperature broccoli. So.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So let's go back to the actual competition. What was the name of the show that you just competed in?
I did the Music City Muscle in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was put on by Brandon Curry and his wife, Brandy Lever.
Something.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, oops, because I know Brandon and
I know her last name's Lever. So
yes,
Okay.
Yes, that is good. Yes.
So, how many guys did you compete against, and were you in a novice category or?
No, they didn't have a novice for men's physique, so I was up over there with everybody else. There was 12 in my division, and I want to say about 50 to 60 men's physique. There was a total of 268 competitors in this full show. It was the biggest show that the state of Tennessee has ever had. So
oh, wow.
It was a pretty big show.
So did that make it worse on your nerves that it was a big show?
Not really. I had a mentality of I have to get out there and do this, not just for me, but because I don't have a lot of followers. And like, if he can do it, then I can do it. So I just had to do it for everybody and be confident and try to do my stuff on stage. So
did you have a lot of supporters there with you?
I did. I have a few friends from the gym here who also compete. They drove up, and a couple of the trainers from the gym, and my whole family, and all my friends,
Oh,
and
wow.
they all drove up. And some of them actually, it was a sold out event, and got there a little late and weren't able to get tickets. But as people were leaving, they just stood and asked if they could get their tickets so they can go and watch me. And
Oh,
thank God, got there 3 people before I came out, so they were able to see me.
Oh, awesome! Oh, that's good. That's
very
awesome.
cool.
Okay, so okay, now again, it's pictures. Is really all I've seen. So I mean, you looked comfortable. You looked as relaxed as anyone ever could possibly be for their first show, and going through what you did. I mean, who, if anybody, coached you with the posing and trying to get ready to be on stage, or kind of what was your mindset as well?
It's funny because everybody always asks me who helped you with your posing because I have a little, like I guess a little flair to my posing, as some people say. But I've done it all. I've done it all by myself. Just watching people either YouTube or going to shows and just getting what I like from different people's posing and just incorporating it to my own. So I basically taught myself my own little posing. Got to have a little swag in there somewhere.
So was that?
That's good.
I mean, was that difficult for you though? I know there's a lot you can learn online or just watching other people, and so much of how do I say this? When you come through as you on stage, that sells a lot better than just
Right.
copying people's moves and stuff like that. So, coming from where you did, and like we've said so many times that even when you lose all the weight, you're still like the fat kid inside
Right.
to a lot of people. So, was that difficult for you to present the package that you did and to project that confidence and that flair when you know where you came from? So was that
Yeah.
difficult?
It was extremely. I mean, to me, it was very difficult to just like be in front of so many people with my shirt off. I really think one of the main things that helped me was the lighting because you can really only see the judges and nobody else.
Mhm.
So I could just tell myself was smile and look at the judges and just do your quarter turns, your poses, and get off stage. But I did. I just wanted to be confident. I've worked really hard to be where I am now, and so I mean, I really could care less about the play. I'm really excited I got fourth place out of 12 guys, but my goal was just to get on stage and just do the show. So I did.
I mean, I was, because Kai went over and while it was going on, she's like, "Oh, Edwin got first call out," because she was, I guess, I don't know if it was on
Well, no,
Twitter
I was following it.
or
Of course, I
Facebook,
wanted the updates, so it was on Facebook. I'm like,
and I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like,
no, he went
I was all excited.
first call outs, really? I was like, yeah, you got first call outs.
I was shocked too because I mean, of course you get then you start like seizing up your competition. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get whooped. And then the guy was like, we're going to do top four for first call outs. And we're like, okay. And then they called three numbers out before me. And I was like in the middle of the group. And then I was like, oh, they're going to call somebody else. And they called my number. And I just kind of stood there. And again, I was like, oh, that's me. So I was like, and I walked out there.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
Was it kind of hard? I mean, it's a lot to compete to begin with. It's overwhelming, and it's just a lot. When you're depleted, it makes it even worse. So was it just crazy? I know you had a lot of support there, but was it a lot to take in?
It was the whole going through the depletion process. I kind of just thought like the whole mental part is I would look myself in the mirror and be like, I'm not ready for this. I'm still holding the water here. I need to work on this area, work on that area. But it all came that morning. It all came the morning of, and I was just kind of excited just to get on stage. Tan looked pretty good. My mom did my tan, so I was excited she was there, and just had my own family helping me out and being supportive. And my nieces were there. They made a big poster that said "Good luck, Theo," and I could hear them screaming from the crowd. So it was just exciting.
See, that's all. Okay, so many times we hear, I mean, obviously excitement of your friends and family being there, but being on stage is just kind of like this huge, massive high and gets super addicting. So, are you kind of addicted to competing? I mean, like, kind of what's going on now with you?
I wouldn't say like addicted because I was still nervous. I just want to like do another show and kind of just do better. I want to like I do have a goal. I mean, of course, my future goal is to get like a pro card in the future. But I'm doing a show November 9th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
the Kentucky Muscle with the national qualifier. So I'm 29 days out. So I had pizza and cookies and cake for about 24 hours and woke up Monday morning and right back to my routine.
I'm not gonna lie, Edwin. I saw a picture
Yeah,
of that
we
pizza,
saw.
and that
I-
looks pretty serious.
I salivated, but yeah, I was like, whoa, that's awesome.
That double decker, oh my God, it was amazing.
I see, and obviously every competitor does it. It's hard to explain to the normal people what that means when we have that meal afterwards and how we feel and stuff like that. So, going from being depleted and dieting down and the whole thing to all of a sudden putting all of that pizza and cookies and everything into your body, how did that make you feel?
At the moment, I was like, oh, this is amazing. About 4 hours later, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to throw up.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I was like, and everybody would be like, are you okay? I'm like, no. Like, I need to walk around, let it settle down or do something because I felt horrible.
That's so awesome. But the funny part is even at that particular moment, if you took that feeling away, you'd do it again.
Absolutely, in a heartbeat.
So isn't it kind of funny now though, Edwin, when you think about it? Like, you quote, stuffed your face or what have you for that day or, for a little while. Like, now that you are where you are, thinking back and relating to it, you used to eat like that all the time.
That was like normal for me. So, it's weird. I actually thought about that today. I was like, what I ate Saturday night and Sunday was what I usually ate, and it really made me like sick and nauseated. I was like, how did I put that stuff in my body day in and day out? I was like, no wonder I got to where I was because I didn't know how to stop. It's all a mental thing.
Wow. Okay, so not to intimidate you, the Kentucky Muscle's a big show, man.
Yeah, I know.
Are you excited?
I think that might be bigger than what you just did.
It is.
A little bit.
Yeah, and they have like the pros are going on before us amateurs. So I'm just excited. It's more practice. I say this. I just paid for my NPC card, so I'm going to get use out of it. So
there you go.
I think that's a good idea. Because doesn't it expire in December? I mean,
yeah, in December. So yeah,
Well, shoot, I would be stepping on stage every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, it's going up next year. So I'm going to get.
Dang it.
Yeah.
So you said you're going to compete again. Obviously, I think you would like a pro card at some point. Is that your ultimate goal? Do you want to be in magazines? Do you want to?
Oh, my ultimate goal, which was kind of like somebody told me I would never look like somebody on a magazine. So I do have that. I want to be on a magazine or in a magazine or on the cover of a magazine. That's my main goal. But yeah, I would eventually like to go pro and just kind of. I know there's a lot of people out there. Like I got to meet Jen, and I know she had a huge transformation, and she's working and she's sponsored and stuff like that. So it can be done, and I just want to be another example that it can be done if you just put a lot of hard work.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So speaking of hard work.
Yeah. So here's my question for you, Edwin.
Yes.
I know you posted some things. You said, okay, I want to change this and bring this up, and some of your body parts that you want to work on for the next show. Now, obviously, for this show, there's not a whole lot you can change. You can come in leaner and drier. You can play with that. So once this show's over, what is your system or your method, or how are you going to go about making those changes? Because that's something that a lot of people wonder. They're like, okay, I hear that. So what are they going to do different now once these two shows are over as opposed to what they did beforehand?
I think to me, like this was just it was just a guessing game. I felt like I probably looked a little better the week before competition than I did, but that's just like a learning experience. Again, with the whole depletion week, how your body reacts to different foods you put into it and stuff like that. It's all a learning experience. So
wait, so hold on, stop, hold on. Did anybody do your prep for you, or did you do it all by yourself?
I had someone. I do photography on the side.
Okay.
So I had a friend. We kind of swapped services. He did my meal plans if I went to the shows and did his photography.
Got
it.
Oh, I like the air quotes when he said I do photography on the side. That was I caught that. Yeah.
I have a little talent in that area.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, he did my meal plans, and he actually came to the show and was there the whole way through. So his name's Kristen Collins. He and his wife have been awesome throughout this whole thing. So I don't know, we've talked about. I know I need a bigger shoulder, round caps and stuff like that. So I guess bulk up a little bit, then lean out when I pick a show to do next year again. So I don't.
Now, do you look at it as a challenge, or do you feel something in the opposite direction when you have to look at yourself and objectively and say, you know, you came from being extremely overweight and getting, it's great that you got to where you are, but now you're having to look at yourself and critique your body again and be like, well, this isn't not good enough, but you know what I'm saying. Now I
Right.
need bigger shoulders, and now I need that. So is that daunting for you, or do you look at it as a challenge?
I look at it as a challenge. Everybody always asks me what keeps me motivated, and I guess it's just to always get better. So I just take it as positive criticism when I get critiques back from the judges that you got to work on this, you got to work on that. So it's just basically they're giving me my goals that I have to reach, and to me, it's all about reaching those goals. So they're setting them for me, and I'm just gonna bust it to reach them. So
Did you have any crazy diva moments when you were depleting?
um,
Hi, Edwin.
not really.
does.
What? What? No.
I got like the whole waiting backstage for us to go on. That gets like, oh my god, can they hurry up?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just time goes by so slow when you're ready to go, but they're not ready for you to go. So
You know, from competing, I'll tell you that's probably one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
Is that you have all that anxiety and all that excitement and all these things. You're about to get on stage, about to get on stage, about to get on stage, and an hour and 20 minutes later, you're about to get on stage, about to get on stage, and they're like, "It's another 20 minutes, about to get on stage." About it, it's like this is so much
And that's
of that.
hard
It's
when
crazy.
when you're trying to peak and you're trying
Yeah.
to not get flat and all those things. So, I mean that's difficult for you guys, right?
yes, and that whole part was really hard for me because I'm allergic to. I've been allergic to a lot of like foods lately because of my weight loss. It's triggered some weird thing. So whole flatten out, getting back up, and like I can't have peanut butter. I can't have any of that stuff. So
What
it
the-
made it a little bit challenging.
Did he just say he couldn't have peanut butter?
I
I'm
know.
allergic to walnuts.
Bum,
Oh.
bum.
I'm allergic to walnuts only if I don't sweat. So I can have them if I don't do cardio.
Well, so then don't do cardio.
Yeah. Well, throw cardio out the window.
Yeah,
Priorities, Edwin.
cardio. No, yeah,
That's what I would do.
Yeah, priorities. Lord.
yeah. Peanut butter.
Yeah.
Man. So Edwin, does it? I mean, I see you post every day, and you post all the time. And you post when you're running. You post little videos. You post pictures. Does that accountability and does that help you stay with it? And does it help that you kind of, I say this, I would feel like you almost like not owe it to your fans, but they're waiting to see what's going on with you and how you're progressing, and if you can do it, they can do it. So does that keep you going?
Yeah, it really does because usually when I post something, I'm like, oh, they're gonna get tired of me posting like the same little route every morning. The only thing that changes is the date and the time a little bit. But then I get comments of like, this message got me up and going this morning. I did my cardio this morning, and I'm like, okay, that's what it's about. I got to be that example that I don't want to get up and run every morning at 4:30, but I do it anyway. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. If me getting up and posting something is going to help somebody get up and get their exercising, then I'm going to continue doing it.
So have you been getting a lot of responses and replies and things to in your social media about this whole process?
Yeah, everybody's just curious. You met your goal competing, so what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to keep competing, and I just do bigger shows, more shows, and just keep getting better. I guess. To me, I'm just amazed on how the gym and food and stuff can just manipulate your body, and that's just my goal is get looking better. So.
I'm kind of curious, Edwin. On because I see a lot of the Instagram and I see a lot of stuff on Facebook. I'm just curious to myself is what percentage or groupings are people that are going through transformations that are following you, or just kind of are friends or sort of the Facebook stalkers, or like what have you really kind of looked at that, or is it just sort of
the majority of people I don't know who they are, but they're not even from like locals, they're from like far away. A lot of foreigners from like different countries. I get a lot of Spanish speaking people from different countries, from Central America, South America, Mexico, Spain.
Yeah.
So I'm brushing up on my Spanish just because um, I'm getting a lot of messages from them. So, but yeah, like for example, I'm just walking around Olympia and I hear my name and I'm like, are they somebody calling me?
Mm-hmm.
And then my friends were like, somebody's calling. And she's like, hey, I follow you on Instagram and I saw that you were coming to Olympia and I live close by, so I just wanted to give you a shout out and check you off my list. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So,
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
gotta feel good, right, everyone? I mean,
yeah,
that's,
it does, but it was kind of, I was kind of like, I didn't know how to take it at first, but she was really nice and she follows me and always has good comments and encouraging. So
That is so
yeah.
crazy about this world. Like people are like, yeah, you know, I follow you on Instagram, and remember that time that you wore that purple shirt and you did this and you ate that? I'm like, wow.
whoa, yeah.
People care a lot about my life.
Like you gotta stop like that because now you're freaking me out. So
It gets there. So, what? Let me ask you this: at the end of your show, it's all said and done, and you have your entire support system there. What did that feel like, and what did your family have to say to you and your friends when it was? I know it wasn't about placing for you, so when you actually accomplished what you set out to do, what kinds of things did they say to you?
it's like they were like super excited just to see me on stage, which is I was just taking like their reaction and they were just very supportive. Like, so when's the next one? Because you looked awesome on stage. Because of course, like after the fourth place, I was like, oh, what do I need to fix? There was a couple of guys I was like, they look awesome. Why didn't they place better than what they did?
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's a very subjective sport. You don't know what they're looking for. It's all, to me, it's just opinions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what the judge is looking for. They're looking for small guys in this competition, big guys in the next competition. You just got to go out there and just present your best. And they were I could hear every single one of them screaming from the audience. And afterwards, they were just very encouraging and supportive. And so when's the next one? And we'll be there again, just ready to keep, as they say, Team Edwin. So
Did your mom cry, or did you cry?
she did, but she was there the whole way with me. We had a me and mom moment. Like she rode with me all the way. It was a 2.5 hour drive from where I lived to Nashville. So she rode with me. She did my tan, and we had a little experience on the way there where there was a wreck, and my mom's a retired nurse, so we had to pull over and assist that whole thing. So our nerves were kind of shot there for a while. So we had some little bonding time and stuff like that. So yeah, it was great.
Good experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll, not that we wish harm on anybody, but I mean, that'll kind of distract you for a little while,
It did. I mean, we still had about an hour more to go, so I was like, my mind was not. I was like, I got to get focused and stuff, but it was all good.
Very cool. So, a couple stupid questions I have to ask because it's my show. Remind me, did I? This is so stupid. Did I ask you stupid questions last time? Don't lie.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember either.
I don't either.
Okay, so I know what you ate after the show, but what is your favorite cheat food?
Chips and salsa.
Yeah, boy.
Fantastic.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Right. What?
So do you do the old school, where you like mix a little bit of the sour cream in with the salsa, or you just go straight salsa?
Or you get like queso dip and salsa, and you just double dip.
Thank you. Yeah. See.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you? What is your favorite supplement?
That's funny. I get that asked a lot. Like, what are you on?
What are you on?
What am I on? It's funny. I just do protein. And I don't know if anybody's watching, but
20,000, but don't worry about it.
okay. I'm the Hydro Builder.
Yeah, boy.
What? Why was what?
Yeah, you're like looking around. He's like,
we
wait,
love
wait,
Hydro
wait.
Builder.
Watch
Why is that a secret?
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows a lot of people, and someone might get offended if.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So one of the top ones is Hydro Builder.
Hydro Builder's
There's
awesome.
other ones that are favorites too, like Edwin.
I like Tetra, but oh yeah.
Yeah. See.
Nice
You
segue,
like that one?
Jason. Very good.
I was trying to save you there.
It's really
on that one.
Very good. And so, moving on, Edwin, do you currently have any sponsors?
I am a lifestyle leader for OEM Nutrition.
I probably should have led with
Yeah,
that.
see.
Very cool. So, what does that mean?
It's just, I guess, living my lifestyle, my change, just to keep influencing and helping others, and just answering questions they have, and just guiding them with like recipes, exercises, and stuff. I just gotta post what I feel would benefit somebody get a healthy lifestyle.
Very cool. What is your favorite body part to train?
Back.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that one of your strong points?
I have to look at pictures. Yeah, I think so.
Well, let me just put some pictures up then. Okay. And what is your least favorite body part to train?
I like to train them all. I don't know. What am I? So, hold on. I would have to say legs is really close to back because I love training legs.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't. But I would say my least favorite. It's probably the most I need improving is chest.
Okay. So now you just said legs. So in physique, obviously you guys wear the board shorts. So are you one of the guys who still works, their upper leg, their quads and stuff, or do you neglect them or?
No, twice a week.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I know. You got it.
Some of these
And
guys.
it's funny because my board shorts for the morning were, I wanted them to get like shorter than the usual because they say I have better looking legs than most men's physique guys, so I kind of want to show off. But
Well, maybe next year. I think there's going to be a change somehow in that. I do. I don't know exactly what, but I think they're going to.
Oh,
So
don't
it'll
speculate,
benefit you.
Jason.
I think so.
I
It
mean,
feels like it.
I'm gonna work out my full body. I'm not gonna leave my legs out and look a hot mess. So
Let's not be the hot mess, Edwin.
it's not be the hot.
It is not good. So what is the one song on your iPod that would be considered your guilty pleasure or something that you'd be embarrassed that people knew was on there?
Beautiful Miguel and Mariah.
What?
Beautiful by Miguel and Mariah Carey.
Oh wow. I don't. Oh.
See? That's not really
Is
embarrassing,
that on?
no.
Not really.
It's
Well,
kind of like
It's close, but
is that on your workout playlist?
it's in my workout playlist.
okay. Well, that's a little worse then.
That's
okay.
worse.
Yeah, it's a little
So,
worse.
do
Yeah.
you ever catch yourself listening to any of those songs and dancing wherever you are?
Oh, I'm always beating my head at the gym, getting some little moves on. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so you're not embarrassed.
No, I don't think Edwin embarrasses easy.
No.
No.
People always stare at me, and I'm like, I'm just working out. So
So whatever works.
I go to the
You
gym,
wanna
I
listen to
got my
Jason?
workout, got my music, and I get it done, and I go. So
Got it. So my last stupid question is, to come off of that, what is your most, if you have one, embarrassing moment related to working out or health or fitness? Do you have any? Like you're not that guy at the gym that like undresses and dries yourself under the dryer or anything crazy like that. Okay, I was just wondering.
no,
Just wondering
no,
if you were that guy.
no. no.
Dang,
That's on Flash Dry Fridays.
Okay.
That's the only time it is.
It sounds like tripping over dumbbells people leave on the floor and like making a big commotion. Oh yeah, I was on the stair climber and I broke and I fell. It was pretty bad.
I knew there was one moment.
It made a really loud popping noise that grabbed everybody's attention, and then I was like on the floor and it was bad.
Wow.
I'm okay.
And I was like, I'm good.
That's awesome.
But it had a broken sign for like 3 months until the company came and fixed it, and everybody was like, "Why did you break the stair climber?" Sorry.
Hey,
I thought we were gonna get a
it's okay.
TV preview.
That was someone who really wanted to talk to you because they knew you'd be done at 9 o'clock, and they're like,
That was a 1-800 number.
oh,
Oh. No.
well,
Hey, well,
if that's
better
what
than
you
a
do.
1-900 number.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
So Edwin,
Yeah.
to close, one of the things that we like to do, especially with people like you with such a good story, is what words of advice do you have? Not for people just going through the transformation now, because we had that last time, but that have gone through a transformation and really are considering, competing or going on stage or doing a photo shoot or something along those lines, I mean, what can you tell them from your experience?
The whole prepping is really hard. It's very mentally bogging, and there are many times where you just want to give up. But those 15 seconds on stage, I promise, are well worth it. Just hang in there, stick in there, and when you get done, you're going to be, like you said, you're going to have that high and you're going to be ready for the next one. But those 16, 12, however many weeks you choose to prep for a competition are definitely worth those 15, 20 seconds on stage. Just hang in there and stick it out, and you'll see.
20 seconds. Woo! Okay, so we have Kentucky Muscle coming up on November 9th,
All right.
which I'm sure you will keep us posted. You guys check out, I'm going to post again all of Edwin's social media stuff, his Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, his website. Check him out there, get some words of advice, give him, any encouraging thoughts. And Edwin, of course, last but not least, anything that you want to say to your friends and family who came out to see you to support you.
Yeah, just very thankful for having them come and support. I know it has been easy putting up with me, especially these prep weeks, because fuse, gets really short there for a while. But I really appreciate all their support, and I didn't tell them to come. They were willing to come and be my support system, and I look forward to having them come to my future shows and just be there throughout my whole journey.
Fantastic.
See, that's awesome. Well, Edwin, congratulations again, and thank you so much for taking your time and coming on our show tonight. I mean, I really appreciate it.
And thank y'all for having me.
All right, Edwin, have a good night.
Absolutely. So good
Yeah.
luck, and we'll be in touch.
Yes, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye.
So that was awesome. So you guys, real quick, before everybody starts jumping off,
Yeah.
one of our friends of the show and our friends, Myra,
Mm-hmm.
has and I don't want to mess this up. I'm gonna scroll up.
For the Mommy and Me Cancer Foundation.
Yes, the Mommy and Me Cancer Foundation. She's accepting donations for that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, I guess, through her. It's not really her accepting a donation. So the easiest thing to do is if you chop it all up to just the first letter of each word, and you go to mamcf.org,
Mm-hmm.
and then all you have to do is just click on the athletes and click on Myra, and you can offer up any kind of donation. Anything would help, which would be awesome. It goes obviously to the Cancer Foundation, which is
We're actually having them on next week.
yeah. So they'll be here next week, but beforehand, jump on there. Everything helps. This is the month for it,
Yes, it is.
and obviously, thanks for Myra for coming on the show and sharing that with us.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, had to get that on there before people start jumping off. 'Cause sometimes they go.
I know. And I'm going to put Edwin's links up here real fast.
So yeah, so hang out, look for that. That's just such an awesome story,
It is.
and it's so hard because so many competitions. There's always kind of that one competitor that you're like, what, they probably changed a lot, but they don't really look that good. There's always like kind of that one that's up there.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah.
I know they went through something, but
Right.
ah,
They're not competitive.
right. And I mean, he was competitive.
He was
that
competitive.
was I was just like, I was impressed. I was really
And his
impressed.
mom did his tan.
I thought that
So
was awesome.
Cute. And he did his own posing.
I was impressed by
I
that.
showed
Yeah.
a little clip. So,
Because he's up
Kentucky
there
Muscle.
walking it and shaking it and doing
Yeah.
his little thing.
I'm sorry. If you've never stepped on stage as a competitor, it is not easy.
No, it's very intimidating the first time.
It is, no matter how you slice it, the bottom line is you're being judged on your body. You're being judged on your body. You're being judged on your presentation. You're being judged on your personality, except for bodybuilders, because y'all don't have personalities.
No, we don't.
And that's hard to be judged like that, especially, if a lot of us have gone through so much growing up that it's like, I've been judged my whole life
Yeah.
in a negative way. And so that's a hard thing to go through. So
You're up there, you're being judged, but you want to look natural, but you want to look happy, but you're trying to figure out.
but you're depleted and your
Yeah.
calf is cramping and you're
Yeah.
trying to make sure that this is flexed right and that, and you don't
It's so
have
awesome.
wardrobe malfunctions.
Oh, yeah.
Because especially when you're depleted and you're in the moment, I can't tell you how many times you're like, oh, girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
that happens
boy.
a lot.
Woo. So
Yes.
great story. Glad we could have him on. 4th place out of 12, Edwin Velez.
Yeah, awesome.
And next week we will have Jen from the Mommy and Me Cancer Foundation.
Mhm.
And then the week after that, I believe, is Red Ribbon Week.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on in October. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about, discuss, make fun of, hit us up on our Facebook fan page, facebook.com. What the heck is going on? Facebook.com/RealTalk Live Show.
Yeah. Or grab us on our Facebook page and
Yeah.
Instagram and all those other
Things.
that are out there. There's so many things.
There's so many things.
So many things. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. I know there's so many things going on in the world that
Yeah.
you don't have to spend it with us. So we appreciate it and your support of Edwin and our show and get on Myra's links. And obviously you can get on her Facebook page as well. I know a lot of you guys that are watching this can find
Yeah.
her easily there. So want to thank you guys. Get out, save the tatas.
Yes, save
Save the tatas.
Save
Mom.
some.
So save some tatas. And as always, keep it real.
Keep it
We will see you guys next Wednesday.
Oh wow, that's glittering. Keep
Mine
it-
doesn't shine and shimmer. It doesn't
You
shine.
don't need any sparkles.
No, I know.
Maybe
I
Siege.
don't need-
No, Siege won't.
No,
do
no,
it.
I don't need any sparkles. I'm good. I don't need pink sparkles.
Okay.
So
Keep it
see
real.
you guys. Keep it real.